Okay, hi everybody. Um, I had a couple people ask me what is wrong with my hand. Um, because very often in videos I'll be doing this or something like that. This is not an aggressive gesture. That's not what I'm doing. Um, I have a genetic condition, a rare one, that's called, I'm going to try to pronounce this one, uh, Dupuytren's Contracture. Basically, what it is the skin where your fingers are, right there, begins to harden and thicken, and it makes the fingers curve inward toward the hand. It can also do the same thing with the thumb. It can be one finger, it can be all of your fingers. It all just depends on what it's going to do. The only way to fix it is surgery. However, the surgery is cosmetic, and therefore it is expensive without insurance. Even with insurance, it's expensive. And it's going to take about 2 months out of your work. So you're not going to be able to go to work for 2 months. So we just don't get it fixed if we can help it. You know, it's not painful or anything like that. I have read some on the subject. I'm not a geneticist. I'd like to make that clear. But it appears, from what I have researched on it, that this particular genetic condition strikes 1 to 2% of people who have a Northern European background, roots, ancestry. In particular, people who have very strong Viking backgrounds. Geneticists do not agree, but some seem to feel that the hand does that because it's an adaptation that the hand developed because the Vikings were always rowing all the time. They're always rowing in the inlets when there was no little wind on rivers, that sort of stuff. They were always rowing all the time, and so it developed that way to be able to try and save the hand. It does curve your fingers all the way in. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like this. I cannot straighten that finger. For a while I was okay because the Greg Gutfeld show was on, and they had Tyrus the wrestler was on it, and he would do this, right, as his thing, you know, to say hi, and so I was okay because I could sit here and do this to people, and people would, you know, some people would recognize that, and they'll go, oh yeah, you like Tyrus too? Yeah, I love Tyrus. I do actually like him, but so my background, my roots, I'm a quarter German, and I am 1/4 Norwegian, and I am half Manx. The Manx people, if you don't know, they come from the Isle of Man. Little history about the Isle of Man. I may not have the dates all the way right, but there is no recorded people living on the Isle of Man before the Vikings arrived. When the Vikings arrived, they immediately settled the island and called it the Isle of Man. They called themselves the Manx. Their main port was called, I believe, the Bay of Manx, something like that. They are the purest line that comes directly from Vikings. So, they have the longest running parliament, started by the Vikings. The entire island was settled by the Vikings. It has never been conquered. They are their own country. They are not British citizens. Some people like to think that they are. They are not. They are a British protectorate, so if they are ever attacked, it is the responsibility of the British Crown to protect them. But they are not British citizens. They are not subjects to the Crown. It's the same way that we have to do here in the United States with Guam. If anybody attacks Guam, we have to go and defend Guam. So they're a protectorate of ours. So when you see me doing this and stuff like that, this is not an aggressive gesture. This is me simply making it easier for me to be able to talk with my hands, because I'm not Italian. I could be, though, you know. Sorry, racist joke. Racism. But it's just easier for me to talk when I do it this way. I also learned when this condition hit that if I talk like this, then people have a tendency to focus right here. That's what they focus on and they're watching it. I had a half pit bull that I had gotten after my dog died, and I took him in, and I had to turn him in because he'd bite. I mean, I wasn't being mean to him or anything. He'd bite though, and so I took him back to the pound where I got him, and they did an exit interview, you know, to find out why I was surrendering the animal. And I'd be talking to the guy, and his eyes were right here. That's where his eyes were. I mean, after a while, I was talking and I was doing this just to see, and his head would do this. so, it is polite not to notice. That's polite. So you know about it. Like I said, I did have a couple people mention it. You know, what am I doing? Am I doing an aggressive gesture? That sort of thing. No, I'm not. So that's about all for today. Thanks.